joining us on the Connection Show this week. Each week we gather and have different organizations come in and tell us what's going on around our area. And we do appreciate we have hundreds of different organizations that function in various ways and support the communities around our broadcast area. So we always enjoy, and we learn a lot ourselves from these people that come in and talk to us. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We've got two gentlemen to talk about National Day of Prayer, but also a Bible reading marathon coming up right here in the Harrison area. Stay with us.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Whether you're hunting, fishing, or tailgating, Clay Maxey Ford has you covered. That's right, near or far, when it comes to getting you where you want to go, America's best-selling truck, the F-150, is up to the challenge.
You can depend on our vehicles, our prices, and most importantly, our people. So come see us today at Clay Maxey Ford in Harrison and in Berryville, or visit us online at claymaxeyford.com and claymaxeyfordberryville.com.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first two guests in the studio today, Mike has been with us before, but he's brought an individual, I guess first time you've been in the studio, Mike Bishop and Gerald Matheson. Matheson, okay, E.
Yes.
Matheson, I apologize. Matheson, it's like math, E, Matheson. Huh?
Yes.
But thanks, Gerald, for coming in with Mike. I've known Mike for a long time. Let's talk a little bit about your 4th annual Boone County Bible Reading Marathon. That's a long one. Officially, I guess what starts April
26th.
26th, and then does it go for a week?
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about the national. So, Gerald, why don't you just kick off and tell us a little bit about the marathon?
Well, I'm going to hand off right away.
Okay, back to Mike. Well, how did this get started? Kind of the purpose? Just give us a little background.
Well, the Bible Reading Marathon, this is our 4th year to do it here in Harrison. I became involved with it, for several years I worked in Eureka Springs in Carroll County, and they did one there every year out at they've had it at the Great Passion Play and different places. It began through Bible Reading Marathon International, which is an organization that puts on these marathons all across the country and around the world. And we saw the opportunity, there was an interest in bringing it to Harrison. And so 4 years ago, we formed a little group that got together and decided to stage one. We did the first 3 marathons were held down at Lake Harrison in the park there. And this year we're excited. They've decided to move it back to our Boone County Courthouse lawn in the town square. We had always done, and as Gerald will talk about in a few minutes, the National Day of Prayer on our square. And so it's just kind of a natural thing for them to be together. The Bible Reading Marathon, we kick it off on April 26th, and for 7 days, for 12 hours a day, we read the Bible out loud. The goal is to proclaim the Word of God in its entirety over our city and our county. And we have volunteers that schedule in 15-minute segments to read. Anybody can come and read with us. We welcome that. We have church groups that come and bring people, and they'll take a block of time. An individual or a family can do that. And over the last, I would say over the last 4 years, we've literally had dozens and dozens of churches that have participated and hundreds of families. It's a great experience this time of the year, following up after our Easter celebration and setting us up for the summer season.
So it's non-denominational, obviously.
Absolutely.
So area churches get involved and come in. Well, that's actually, this is good. I'm glad you're kind of moving it back to the square. I like doing things, not that Lake Harrison is a nice place to have it, but I like the gazebo and the kind of nostalgia, if you will,
Yeah.
of having it around the courthouse.
Well, it keeps activity there, and I will mention when we started on April 26th, that's a Friday morning, just off the square, of course, is one of our local churches there, and we begin there with a breakfast. It's in their fellowship hall.
Real Ministries.
At Real Ministries.
Real Ministries down there.
And they've been gracious to open up their fellowship hall. We will have breakfast at 7 o'clock, and here again, this is open to the public. We'll have music. We have a proclamation that is read by our county judge, Robert Hathaway, and then our special guest speaker to kick off the marathon is our state representative, Jack Fortner. And it's just a great time. They'll host that indoors, and then we move from there at 8 o'clock over to the square and actually begin the marathon.
So, so your reading, your readings from the Bible it's continuous. You just have one person do 15 minutes, and then another individual comes.
Yes, sir. And yeah, we start at the very first word of Genesis, and our goal is that by the time we get to the following Thursday afternoon, we've read. Every year we've been able to complete it once and then go back and start again on some of it. So.
Shows you how lengthy how much there is
in
content.
Right, it takes that much time, but it's just a great experience. So we just encourage anybody to get a hold of us. And I think I'd given you the information there.
You said contact Megan Naff.
Megan Naff.
Okay, and that's 870-688-1790. So if anybody's interested, would like to get involved in it, they can call Megan at that phone number. So
absolutely,
that's a great deal. Okay, so you're gonna do this for that week, and then you're gonna end it with the National Day of Prayer, which is something you've done for some time. So
yes.
I'll let Gerald kind of get involved and tell us a little bit about that.
You know, it's interesting because my first involvement was with Mike 3 years ago. And National Day of Prayer is something that is celebrated all over the country. That's why it's national. It really is supported by all the state governors. It's supported by our president. And in fact, it actually started back in 1953 when Congress passed a resolution to have a National Day of Prayer, and Truman signed that proclamation. Although the date was not fixed, they had it every year until Reagan said that, we need to fix the date. So I think it was 1988, he fixed the date to be the first Thursday of the month. First Thursday of the month of May.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it's been since then, and there has been an unbroken chain of presidents supporting this every year, including our current president. And so there's going to be some special things in Washington, and then all around the country in state houses and local like we're doing in Boone County. And so it's really a time for believers to come together. And actually there's no denominational thing with this. I guess you could even be a non-believer in the Christian God and still pray, but this is basically meant to be a Christian kind of a time together. So locally, that's the part that we're interested in here. Locally, we've done this way the last 3 years in the square, and we've had a representation from the government. We've had Jack Fortner here. We've had Scott Flippo, and it was interesting when Scott Flippo was here, he formed a relationship with Boots Mayberry because Boots gave about a 20-minute talk about his experience in Europe and being shot down in a concentration camp, and they formed a bond so that when he had his birthday, Boots had his birthday, Scott Flippo came out for his birthday party, and when he had his funeral, he came out. And so it's all about relationship building, and it's not just a once-a-year thing either. We've got some great things lined up this year. We've got our help me, what's his title again?
Well, that's coming to speak with us.
Yeah.
Secretary of State John Thurston.
Thank you, Secretary of State. Yes, and. Had a chance to talk personally with him. He's very excited about coming here, and we are going to have supporting cast. We have Bob Largent, who is our new chamber president, is going to be speaking and praying. Right. And we have a theme that is kind of interesting. It's Suffer the Children. And so we're going to be focusing on children all the way from the unborn all the way to those that need special help that in feeding and placement in homes. And so we've got 3 individuals that will be directly speaking to their ministry in those areas. And I'm excited about that because last year we had a drug emphasis. This year we're going to be looking at children. So it's a time to celebrate our commonality. Prayer brings everybody together. And it seems like people don't often pray till a crisis comes. And that's been the history in America. Every time we've had a crisis, there's been a call to prayer. Well, some would consider we are in a crisis right now. Even though it's a gradual one, we have lost a lot of our working together, cooperation, and people are against each other in this country. But locally, I have to say I've never been a part of a community where I've seen churches and pastors working together as I have here.
Yeah. And what you do there is, and I've been to it, your event. It really does bring not only the leaders of the city of Harrison and the county and surrounding communities together, but it brings a lot of people together that maybe the only time in the year they get together. I hate to say that, but you're right, and we only got about 3 minutes left, so I want to ask you one other question. But you know, you're right about the country. It's very unfortunate that the country seems to be very divided right now. And it's all about politics, and politics really means nothing. If it's in the whole spectrum of things, politics is nothing.
That's right.
Individuals and family and what is really what should bring us together, you know. But anyway, I'm really disappointed in our political scope right now. And it doesn't matter what party you're. I don't care what your party is, or if you don't even have one. But anyway, in case of rain, what will you do if you have inclement weather?
He's already mentioned Real Ministries. That's our venue to move to.
So you would go back?
Yes, just a block and a half or so
across
from the
City
square.
Hall there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It used to be the First Presbyterian Church.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's actually where I went, and still do go to the new one now.
To the new one.
Anything else? We
real
got 2 minutes.
quickly, continuation. I don't think it should be just a once-a-year event.
Right.
And we've got an ongoing traveling prayer group going from church to church that basically listen to the pastor's heart, find out what the church is all about. They give a presentation to those that come, and then we pray and bless the church that we're in. And we've been doing this for about 4 years now. We've gone to 30 different churches.
Wow.
And we even went to Alpena, First United Methodist, and had a great experience out there. We just got back from Bear Creek Springs Baptist. We had over 100 people there that came to bless those folks and hear what that's all about over there, and went to River of Life, Assembly of God. See, we're not showing partiality to any particular group, but we had 160 there, and to have a prayer meeting with 160 people is pretty well unheard of nowadays.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But
that's amazing.
it's not typical prayer meeting. That's one of the reasons.
Well, what you're doing is good. It's good for everybody, and I'm glad you're doing it once again. I'm glad, obviously, Gerald didn't know you, but known Mike for a long time. And I think it's great for the community to do these kind of things, and again, forget about the politics and throw all the stuff that we probably don't even need to be talking about in these days, and get together and remember what it's all about. So thank you both for coming in. I really appreciate it. I just want to remind everybody once again, 4th Annual Boone County Bible Reading Marathon will start Friday, April 26th. They're going to have breakfast at 7 a.m. down at the church right off the square at the Fellowship Hall, Real Ministries, and then they'll end up on the National Day of Prayer, which is Thursday, May 2nd, and that'll be on the
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on the square at the gazebo. You won't be a big crowd. I hope you have good weather and a huge crowd, bigger than ever.
Oh, tell them to bring chairs.
Bring chairs.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring
right.
a chair. Thank you both for coming in. I appreciate you, and good luck with your event.
Thank you.
Continue your good work in the community.
Thank you.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a young lady once again from the Boone County Library and find out what's going on for the month of April. Stay with us.
From From unique outfits to reading books, Shelby's has everything for giving the best baby gifts, including free gift wrapping. Check out our in-store baby registry for ease in gift giving and gift getting. All you have to do is stop by, let us arrange a table for everyone to shop from your registry. Call the store anytime for details or to order over the phone. We ship and deliver locally. Shop Shelby's for gifts that are beautifully wrapped and thoughtfully given.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us again this week on The Connection Show. Our next guest comes to see us about once a month. I always like to call her. There's always so many things going on at the Boone County Library. Ginger Schonenberger, thank you for coming in. You're so colorful today.
Oh, well, thank you.
I like
the
t-shirt.
It's National Library Week.
Uh-huh.
So you kind of got stuck with the t-shirt day.
It looks good. I like it. Spring colors.
It is spring colors.
What I noticed, you always email me your bulletin, your library bulletin, and there's a lot of things going on in April, so I'm going to let Ginger kind of kick it off here, and then I'll throw in a question or two.
Okay,
but
well,
I won't
great.
put you on the spot, I promise.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's all right. Luckily, I have my little trusty paper here.
I got your notes here.
Well, one of the biggest things I'd like to mention is today, tomorrow, and Saturday, we're having our spring book sale. The Friends of the Library are sponsoring the book sale. And so that's our annual event. Every time we have National Library Week, they do a spring book sale. And so that is happening today, like I said, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Saturday usually ends about 3 o'clock. Something like that, and usually Saturday is our bargain day, so you can get a whole bag of books for just a little bit.
Let me ask you before you get
into
your main topic. I haven't talked about this in a while. A lot of people, they hear us talk about Friends of the Library. But tell a little bit about it. They do so much. They're separate from the library.
Yes.
But they're really a big part of the library.
They're a huge part of the library.
Tell a little bit about Friends.
So the FOL, which is Friends of the Library, they're an organization, 501(c). So they can take any type of tax deductible donations and utilize them for the library. So what they do is they help us with programming. They help us, they give us a budget every year to buy specific books, and those specific books are called honor books. And those honor books, let's just say that you come in and you volunteer some of your time throughout the year, whether it be to just the library or whether it be to friends. They will put a book plate in a book, in a specific brand new book for 2019, and they will honor you in that way for helping us throughout the year. But they're just they were a huge organization, but they're kind of dwindling right now. They would really love for volunteers to start coming in. Some of the people that are maybe retired or thinking about retiring, and they want to help us out a little bit. They're always looking for volunteers, but they have books loose, the ones that put on the book sale. They have secretary positions, president positions. Right now, George Klein is the president of that organization, and but he's actually getting a little tired. He's been working there for a long time.
Yes, he has.
Do you remember how long he's been there?
I don't know how long, but George Klein, well, gosh, I guess when I moved here, he was involved, and that's been a long time ago. And,
well, I've been there 11 years, and he's been there way before that.
Really?
Yes,
wow.
Yes. He's an incredible man. He has just done tremendous work for the library. They've helped with the elevator. They help with, like I said, books and bookshelves, and you just kind of name it, and they've had their hand in it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people here talk about Friends of the Library, and somebody asked me one day, said, well, what is that? Is that? I said, well, it's kind of
almost
like a foundation, if you will, nonprofit group, and they funnel money into the library, that people leave money to them, and then they do a lot of work, and then they have the book sales and do all that
Yes.
stuff.
Well, they
so-
do programming as well.
Yeah, yeah.
They've partnered with programming, and they've done some of the National River, Buffalo National
yeah.
River programs, and they've allowed us to have authors, famous authors here,
yeah.
illustrators. I remember when I was working in the children's department, they allowed me to hire an illustrator for some of the famous books for the children.
Wow.
It was incredible. They do
Wow.
a great job.
Wow.
A great job.
Thank
I
you
can't,
for telling that.
Yeah,
I just
can't
wanted to
speak
bring
more
that up a
highly
little
of
bit.
them.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And they do a lot for our summer reading program, which is coming up as well.
Right.
So they give us some funds to buy prizes, and they do a lot.
Good.
They do a lot. We have
Good.
a lot of people that
Want
are
to
very
give them
supportive.
accolades for that. kind of
Yes,
stuff.
definitely.
Yeah.
What I would like to bring up is that we are going to be having an Easter egg hunt.
Okay.
Now, this is very age specific, okay? And we're going to be having it at the courthouse, on the grounds of the courthouse.
Okay.
Okay? And the ages for that are going to be birth to 11 years old. Okay? And that starts at 4 o'clock on the 18th. Thursday the 18th, which is a week from today.
Okay.
Okay. And again, it's very age specific because we don't want the little kids getting run over, and we want to make sure all of the kids, are benefited from that by getting some of the eggs. So if we get a lot of the kids that are a little bit older, they have a tendency not to really think about it, and they just run, and
Oh, yeah.
knock down some of these babies.
Yeah, the little ones.
Yeah.
Do you, with doing the age specific, are you going to have groups, or are they all going to go in one area?
I think they're going to try and separate the younger kids on the
Yeah.
grounds. They'll probably have the babies on one side and have the older
Yeah,
kids a little
kind
bit
of.
further away.
Yeah.
At least that was part of our planning. And again, we're hoping that works out. But anybody that has any children anywhere from ages 12 and up, we're also going to have a program at the library. We're going to be doing dyeing or coloring Easter eggs there and giving the kids some treats. So we're trying to make sure that we're hitting all the age groups all the way up to 18 for that group at the library.
library.
Again, this is going to be next Thursday, which is the 18th, and
Right.
it's going to start at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So let's just say that they had some older kids they want to drop off at the library, and have their younger kids, they go over to the courthouse park, the
Do it
courthouse
all
grounds.
the same afternoon.
Yes, same afternoon, yes. So we're really excited about that because, again, we've tried to do it in the library, but it has been really hectic, and it's just not very friendly, that type of
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
because, it just really doesn't work out very well.
Good.
So anyway, so we're doing that. So please come out and support the Children's Department by doing that.
Okay.
And also, just on a side note, they're asking that if anybody has any extra plastic Easter eggs, if they wouldn't mind donating them to the library, that would be very helpful.
Okay.
Because, having to support, and we have a lot of kids. And last year we had, we probably hit over 1,000 eggs, and we could have used more.
Okay.
So, but we only had so many. So yes, so if you have any plastic eggs just laying around and you're not going to use them, if you wouldn't mind donating those to the library, that would be very helpful.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's what's happening so far there. And then again, like I told you, it's National Library Week. So we do have programming going on this afternoon and also tomorrow. So if you want to find out about that, just go ahead and come in or call us and we'll let you know what's going on. Or again, you can go to our website and get our newsletter, and it's www.boonecountylibrary.org. Or call us at 741-5913, and we'll
Very-
give you some
very
information.
colorful.
Yeah,
I like-
this is
I like
very
it.
nice and colorful, isn't it?
I like
Yes.
your Easter colors.
Yes,
there.
we just love our newsletters. Also, what we're having is during the month, we're going to be doing. Do you remember the silent movies?
Yeah. Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
bet
getting
these
old.
kids are going like, what? Silent movies? Well, we're going to have a silent movie on April the 16th at 4 o'clock. This is for all ages. If you don't know what a silent movie is, well, my goodness, I'm definitely old. But it's going to be a blast because you're going to get to see what it was like when we had movies that did not speak.
Right. Well, that'll be fun.
So please come out to that. That's 4 o'clock on April the 16th.
Okay.
Okay. And then again, like I said, we have our Easter egg hunt coming up. And then for our adult programming, we're going to have on the 16th, we're going to have Third Tuesday Trivia, and we're going to be doing Disney trivia on that night.
Okay.
So that should be fun. And then we're going to be doing National River Partners again, and we're going to be doing fire management in the Buffalo. That's going to be on April the 23rd, and that's, I believe, at 5:30 upstairs in our meeting room.
Right.
Then we're going to have an author talk and that's Philip Douglas Howerton. He's the author of The Literature of the Ozarks, an anthology. And again, that is the National River Partners program there.
Yep.
Okay, and then, well, actually, was it, or was that one of ours? I think it was just a author talk.
Right.
And then we have, you know, we always put artwork upstairs on our
Right.
mezzanine. We are displaying
I've seen
artwork.
that.
Right now we're displaying artwork from, where'd her name go? It's Dees. I think it's Nancy Dees.
Okay.
She presents Color on Canvas, an artist's journey. And she's here from Arkansas, from Harrison.
Fantastic.
And so she's got all of her artwork upstairs.
Sounds like,
Beautiful, beautiful artwork.
sounds like a lot of fun for the month of April.
Yeah.
If you got any of those plastic eggs, make sure you, or if you want to really help them, you're at one of the stores that has
Yes,
bags. They're
yes.
not expensive.
No.
Buy a whole big bag of them. There's usually 24 to 48 in a bag, depending on, and just drop them off. You'd sure help them out. I know you'll have a huge, huge crowd. Those kids will be going crazy. They'll go everywhere down there.
They will.
They love to hunt those Easter eggs.
They will, yes.
You still have your kindness pantry.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
That's still going, and we have people coming all the time and donating to that, and
Okay.
then it's available. You know, the only problem that we're having, and I'm glad you kind of brought that up, is that we do have some people that use it, and they're not very nice to us as far as leaving their trash.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, they're leaving their trash all over the place. So that's kind of making it difficult for the staff because, and also our public that comes in and they see that we've got empty cans laying around. So please, if you see that, forgive us. It's not intentional. We just haven't picked them up yet.
You would think if you're just going to have a pantry like that they at least help to pick up the trash, you know. I mean, that's
Can you imagine?
oh, no, I can't. No. But
Oh,
well, good.
goodness.
We got a couple minutes. Let's see.
Sure.
Let's talk. You're closing one day.
Well, thank you. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
that's
Thank you
okay.
for bringing that up. So we are closing. We're going to do a training day, and I believe that's Wednesday, and I've turned the page already.
I got it right here. April 24th.
Yes, April the 24th, we will be closed on that day. We have certain training things that we do have to keep up on, and also we have some specific cleaning obligations that we have to do that we can't do when we're open. So we will be closed on that day. It's just one day, and we're allowed 2 days a year, and this will be our first day of the year
Okay.
that will be closed for that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're allowed a couple days a year to.
Yes,
for
2 days.
specialty things. You have
Yes,
to close.
because we have to bring in a lift to change any of the light bulbs, because if you know, the light bulbs are up in the mezzanine and up in the ceiling. So we have to bring a lift in, and we can't do that when we're open. So if you think about that, and also some of the taller windows and stuff like that that we have to take care of. So there are some housekeeping things that we want to
you
make
need
sure
to
we
do.
have to do.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
It's always fun to talk to you. You've always got lots of stuff going on, I tell you. Don't forget the Easter egg hunt. Big thing coming up.
Yes.
Thursday, April 18th, 4 p.m. It'll be around the square, downtown on the square. And the older kids can go to the library at the same
Yes.
time, so you can drop the older kids. And I'm starting to cough here. It's a good old pollen that's starting to come in.
Yes, it is.
Ginger, it's always a pleasure talking
well,
to
thank
you.
you.
And you look so colorful. You've got me all excited about spring. Spring is definitely here. We may have a little cold spell, but spring is here and summer's going to be just around the corner, which I'm glad.
Me too.
I will give you a call and we'll get some new people come in and
Please.
talk about the 1st
Yes,
of May, okay?
That'd be great. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show today. We hope we got some information to you that you didn't know about. We always enjoy coming into your homes each and every week and talking about what's important around the viewing area.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.